To the starting gates they go in the early line as we wind down hour number 2 with Joe Raineri down the right side of Mark Zinno helping us out with some information, which usually includes the NFL draft, some Major League Baseball talk, some NBA action, but also now, which includes horse racing action. So, Mark, I'll start with you here first. Are we big on the Kentucky Derby? Do we handicap the Kentucky Derby? What are our thoughts on the Kentucky Derby?
We do.
Ooh,
I
all
enjoy
right.
a good Triple Crown race here, and have done. I believe I spent yesterday watching a whole lot of YouTube clips on the horses in this race that I really like, and the ones that I
Wow.
think that have a real legitimate chance to win this thing here. So, and I have decided on a winner. I don't know if you want me to tell it to everybody now or how you want to set
Uh-oh.
this up here,
Slow
but
play it.
I've decided on. Okay, well, you want me to slow play it, but I would tell you this much: there is a reason why the favorite is the favorite in this race. And it's very understandable that journalism is the favorite. When you look at the races that this horse runs, they're very clean. They stick to a same pattern, and this is a horse that knows how to pace well. The biggest question I have in journalism really is how will he close down the stretch when you go from a mile and a 16th to a mile and a quarter, and what the difference is in that race. And I will tell you that the horse that I have picked, and this is kind of a wild card here for a lot of
Mm.
different reasons, but I'm going with the 17 horse Sandman in this race. Now, Sandman has run, 8 races in his career. And if you look at the 3-year-old races that he's run in the last year, he's won 2 of them, finished second and third in the other. Here's the thing: Sandman has had very erratic races. He's had 2 bad breaks from the gate, and in another one, he just kind of was stalked in the rear too long and didn't make a quick enough move. But this horse to me has the best closing speed down the stretch. If you watch Sandman races, you'll see when they get around that final turn and they get to the top of the stretch, 2 things happen. The jockey takes him wide, and once he takes him wide and the horse has got room to run, it's the kind of speed, Joe, that you can see. You can see it's almost like when you play a video game and you hit the nitro burst on those car racing games and the car shoots forward. Sandman has that gear. In the races that Sandman finished second and third, if you look at it throughout his career, it was a bad break. And when they got into the stretch, the horse was moving and closing. It ran out of track because it was only a mile and a 16th. When you move this to a mile and a quarter, that horse with the extra 3/16 of a mile is going to have the extra distance it needs to close the gap and sprint past anybody in front of him. I think I would box exacta Sandman and journalism. I think they finished 1-2 in this race here. Journalism's going to run a really clean race. Sandman, I think as long as he breaks clean and stays in good position, and Sandman is going to, just linger back. With the 20 horse field, it wouldn't shock me to see him around 8th, 9th, or 10th for a better part of this race. The question is, can he get clear where he needs to and find the space to run? You look at a lot of these other races that Sandman ran, they're all 5 and 6 horse races. The field is a lot open, and he's only run in one grade 1 race. That was the Arkansas Derby that he won. So it's going to be very interesting to see the trip that he has, if he can do it. Rodriguez is a speed horse. A lot of people like him. I think he's going to fade when it comes to the extra 3/16 of a mile. The rest of them, when you get to start getting into double digits, are ones that I really don't like as much. But give me Sandman here to win. Give me a box exact to Sandman journalism. And even if you find another horse you like, you can box trifecta them. But I think, you're talking about journalism and Sandman being in 2 of the top 3 spots.
Mm.
Post position is everything for Sandman
Yes.
there with
Yes.
Cass as well, and of course you got the Ortiz brothers on top there. But to me, it's all about the pace in this race. You are going to have some horses that are going to come out flying, and if the pace is too
Yes. Yes.
much, that's the problem.
They're
Is
going to
that if
fade.
it's too fast, you're not going to give guys from
But
behind an opportunity. So that's the other problem.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, again, one of the races, and I forget which one it was. Let me just go back and look real quick. I think it was I want to say it was the Southwest Stakes or the Rebel Stakes earlier
Mhm.
this year. The 2 horses that got out to the lead started so fast. I mean, they ran a half mile in 45 and 2. I mean, they were
Yep.
flying the whole way. Still in the stretch, Sandman closed to within second. And had he had another 16th of a mile, he wins the race. Again, look
Yep.
for him to linger back. I think the actual post position at 17 helps Sandman. Once he breaks, he doesn't have to rush to the rail. It's not where he needs to be. As long as he stays in the back of the pack, he can coast easy the first furlong, 2 furlongs, get himself in position for the backstretch run. And you'll see when they get to the end of the backstretch, as soon as they start that final turn, you'll see Ortiz nod him. He'll kick into another gear. Once he hits the top of the stretch, it's go time for Sandman.
It was
The
the
only
Arkansas
thing that
Derby,
could
by
keep
the way.
Sandman. Hey, by the way, the only thing that can keep Sandman out is if they prank call the paddock before the race. Completely throw him off. Thank you, Mark Zinno, for joining us today. A lot of fun as always. We'll see you again soon. Hour number 3 up next.